Alright, let's see what I have for homework tonight. Alright. Excuse me? There's a history test tomorrow? When was that planned? Looks like I'm gonna have to cram yet again. So, let's get started.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Sophia, and yes, I'm in a completely different background. Don't worry, it's not going to be like this every week, but I was really just feeling sitting on my bed with a blanket because I'm in a cozy mood. But anyway, today's video is exciting because I'm going to be showing you guys how to cram for an exam the night before your test. Let's just take a minute to realize that this pretty much happens to me every single time I have a test. I always plan on studying a week in advance because I'm going to be proactive and a good student, but then time just goes by really fast and it's the night before the test and I realize I still haven't started studying. So I have compiled a bunch of tips that can help you guys because I am an experienced crammer. I have definitely had my fair share of cramming for tests and these tips really do help, guys. They're proven to work. They work for me. I am in no means encouraging that you wait the night before an exam or a test and cram because that's obviously not the best way to do things, but sometimes life happens and we just don't have time to study ahead of time. This video is basically for all of you guys that just sometimes really can't study anytime ahead, or if you procrastinate. I can definitely relate to that. So I really hope you guys enjoy the video and let's go ahead and get started. So step 1 into cramming for an exam is to find a good workspace, and I know this sounds really self-explanatory, but first you just want to make sure your room is clean, and I know personally I cannot work or focus if my room is disorganized because then I'm disorganized. So I actually have a video on how to clean your room in 10 minutes. I'll have that linked down below because obviously we don't have much time since we're cramming, so don't worry, this really doesn't take long at all. You can knock it out in 10 minutes or less, and you don't even have to put everything away exactly. Just make it a little more tidy and neat, and that way your brain won't focus on cleaning your room and just having things all over the place, but everything will just be more organized and easier to focus. A good study tip is to never study on your bed because whenever you're on your bed, your brain associates that with sleeping, and that's obviously not good when you're trying to study or let alone cram for an exam. I know it's super tempting to study on your bed because it's so comfy, but just try not to because you'll be able to stay a lot more focused if you study somewhere else. So instead of studying on my bed, I like to find a desk or a nice hard surface so that I'm not slouched over. Actually, I'm kind of weird. Sometimes I like to study on the floor, but that's just me. I just wanted to study on my desk this time because I'm a lot more productive that way, and then everything is just a lot easier. You get a lot more done and you stay more focused. I know cramming usually happens late at night, so make sure to keep the lights on. This is pretty obvious, but sometimes I just keep one little light on in my room, but just try to keep all of them on so that it brightens up the entire room and that your brain doesn't get really tired and sleepy, and this just really helps. I cannot stress this enough, so make sure to keep your lights on when you study. Also, if you're anything like me and you keep your phone near you when you study, you always get distracted by it and you pick it up every 5 minutes. If you're like me, then this is definitely a good tip for you guys. Make sure to just put your phone away. I know it can be pretty hard, but once you put it away, you're not distracted by it and you don't feel like picking it up all the time, so just keep it out of sight and you can be more productive. Whether you like it or not. I don't know about you guys, but I hate studying in pure silence because I literally cannot focus, and also studies show that you should have some sort of background noise on. So I like to put on the Hans Zimmer Pandora radio because it's basically just a bunch of motivational music and it makes you really determined and intense, and as you can see here, I'm getting really into it, but I definitely recommend putting this on because it's so helpful and it makes you stay motivated to study late into the night, and I definitely recommend this. The Pomodoro study method is super effective when you're cramming for an exam, so definitely try it out. All you have to do is set a timer for 25 minutes and set your phone aside after you set the timer so you're not distracted. And then for the first 25 minutes, all you're going to do is go into your textbook or your notes and just take some highlighters if you're into that and start highlighting all the important information. Don't highlight too much, but I like to separate my highlighting into colors. For example, I use yellow for important information, pink for names, and then blue for dates and stuff. And this just just helps your brain sort out what you need to remember and what's important and what you think is going to be on the test. And this definitely takes a really long time. Obviously, you're not going to be able to finish this in 25 minutes. So just continue doing this in each 25-minute portion, because after 25 minutes, you get a 5-minute break. So after you read a bunch for 25 straight minutes, you can go ahead and rest for 5 minutes. During my breaks, I like to either play the ukulele or maybe go on my phone a little bit, catch up on some social media, or I also like to stretch because sometimes I've been sitting down for a really long time and it just gets your blood flowing a little more. So just enjoy your 5-minute break. And after 5 minutes, you gotta get back to work, so set your timer again for 25 minutes and keep working hard. You can either finish up all your reading and highlighting, or once you finish that part, you can move on to writing out all of the notes. So basically what I like to do is take some notebook paper and write out literally everything I highlighted in an outlined format. This just helps put everything onto paper, and it's proven that when you write all your notes out, it sticks in your brain a million times more. This is definitely a crucial step when you're cramming for an exam, or else you're just gonna forget everything that you read. So definitely take a lot of time doing this, and it can get pretty tedious, but trust me, if you just take your time and be patient, you'll remember pretty much everything. So after 25 minutes, we get another 5-minute break. So during one of these breaks, I like to have some study snacks to keep me more just alert and awake. So my favorite study snacks are blueberries, dried mango, almonds, and also some dark chocolate. All these are super healthy for you, and they also have a lot of benefits for when you're studying. You can choose whatever kind of snacks you want, but these are some of my favorites. So I'll just munch on some of these while I'm studying or during one of my breaks. And I've noticed personally that whenever I have like a little snack while I'm studying, I'm a lot more alert and focused. I don't know what it is, but that's why I like to choose healthy foods instead of something bad for you, because these really do help, trust me. And also, if you're up late into the night, which is pretty much how I always am when I'm cramming, I like to make this really delicious lemon water. I just take some more water and put some lemon slices and lemon juice in, and it's so refreshing, keeps you much more awake and able to stay up longer studying. A lot of people like coffee, but I'm not a big fan of caffeine. It kind of makes me feel weird, so this is an alternative to that, and it works really well. So definitely try this out if you don't want to have caffeine but you still need to stay up late studying. So after our snack break, it's time to get back into studying, so set your timer again for 25 minutes as a part of the Pomodoro study method. And after you have 3 25-minute sessions, you can take a 20-minute break instead of a 5-minute break. And during this time, I sometimes like to take little cat naps because it's usually really late at night. And if you go longer than 20 minutes, you'll be groggy, but 20 minutes or less is perfect. It's just enough to keep you up and focused. And then for the last part of studying, after you read and highlight and then write out all your notes, you're going to try to recite your notes for memorization. You can look at the page, read it over, and then turn the page over and try to just read it out loud. Something about talking your notes out loud really just helps engrave it in your mind even more. It's kind of like you're teaching it to someone, which is also really beneficial. And just basically read out loud all of your notes until you've finished going through all of them. And that is basically it for the Pomodoro study method and cramming for an exam. Basically just take 25-minute portions to do all of these steps and then 5-minute breaks in between, and you should be good to go for your test. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below for more videos coming, because the first week of June, summer videos coming out for you. Let me know in the comments down below how many exams or finals you guys have left, and if any of these tips are gonna help you out, and if you're planning on using any of them, because trust me, they actually work so well. And if you are taking finals, I wish you the best of luck. You got this. Just study hard and just look forward to summer break and all that, because it's upon us. It's near. It's so close, and I'm so excited. So thank you guys so much again for watching this video. I love you so much. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!